Welcome to our guide on when to plant pumpkins. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, understanding the optimal timing for planting pumpkins is essential for a successful harvest. In this video, we'll explore the key factors that influence the timing of pumpkin planting, including seasonal variations, climate conditions, and desired harvest dates. By the end, you'll have the knowledge you need to plan your pumpkin planting schedule with confidence. Let's dive in. Before diving into the specifics of when to plant pumpkins, it's important to understand the different seasons and their impact on pumpkin growth. Pumpkins are warm season crops, meaning they thrive in temperatures between 70 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 to 32 degrees Celsius. Understanding the seasonal variations in your region will help determine the best time to plant. Spring. In regions with mild winters and early springs, planting pumpkins can begin as early as late April or May. However, it's crucial to wait until the threat of frost has passed and soil temperatures have warmed to around 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. Planting too early can expose young pumpkin seedlings to cold temperatures, stunting their growth or even killing them. Summer. For many gardeners, summer is the prime time for planting pumpkins. With warm temperatures and ample sunlight, pumpkins planted in late spring or early summer can thrive. Aim to plant pumpkins about 2 to 4 weeks after the last expected frost date in your area. This timing allows the soil to warm up sufficiently and reduces the risk of late-season frost damage. While it may seem counterintuitive, fall is actually the time when pumpkins are harvested rather than planted. However, in warmer climates where frost is less of a concern, it's possible to plant pumpkins in late summer or early fall for a late-season harvest. In cooler climates, planting pumpkins too late in the season may not allow enough time for the fruits to fully mature before the onset of frost. Understanding the seasonal nuances in your area is key to determining the best time to plant pumpkins. By aligning your planting schedule with the optimal growing conditions of each season, you can maximize your chances of a successful pumpkin harvest. Before planting your pumpkins, here are a few things to consider. Soil temperature plays a crucial role in pumpkin seed germination and early growth. Pumpkins prefer warm soil, ideally around 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius, or higher. Use a soil thermometer to measure the temperature at planting depth before sowing pumpkin seeds. If the soil is too cold, consider using row covers or black plastic mulch to help warm the soil before planting. Knowing the average last frost date in your area is essential for determining when to plant pumpkins. Planting too early can expose young seedlings to frost damage, while planting too late may not allow enough time for the pumpkins to mature before the first fall frost. Consult your local agricultural extension office or use online resources to find the average frost dates for your region. Pumpkin seeds typically germinate within 7 to 10 days under optimal conditions. When planning your planting schedule, consider the time it takes for pumpkin seeds to germinate and establish seedlings. Planting too early may result in longer wait times for germination if soil temperatures are still too cool. The length of your growing season will influence when you should plant pumpkins. In regions with shorter growing seasons, it's essential to plant pumpkins early enough to allow sufficient time for fruits to mature before the end of the season. Conversely, in regions with longer growing seasons, you may have more flexibility in your planting schedule. Different pumpkin varieties have varying maturation times, ranging from 80 to 120 days or more. When selecting pumpkin seeds, choose varieties that are well suited to your climate and have a maturation time that aligns with your growing season length. Some varieties, such as jack-o'-lantern or small sugar, are known for their shorter maturation times and are ideal for areas with shorter growing seasons. It's crucial to prepare the soil before planting pumpkins. Choose a sunny location with well-drained soil, free from weeds, rocks, or debris. Work the soil to a depth of at least 12 inches, incorporating organic matter like compost or aged manure to enhance soil structure and fertility. When it comes to planting, there are two main methods: direct seeding and transplanting seedlings. Direct seeding involves planting pumpkin seeds directly into the garden soil. Sow the seeds to a depth of 1 inch, spacing them 2 to 3 feet apart in rows or hills. Hills, which are mounded soil, provide better drainage and soil warming. Plant 2 to 3 seeds per hill and thin them to the strongest seedling once they germinate. Alternatively, you can start pumpkin seeds indoors and later transplant the seedlings into the garden. Sow the seeds in biodegradable pots or seed trays filled with seeds starting mix about 2 to 3 weeks before the last expected frost date. Ensure the soil stays consistently moist and provide adequate light. Once the seedlings develop true leaves and the threat of frost has passed, transplant them into the garden, spacing them 2 to 3 feet apart. After planting, it's essential to maintain proper watering and mulching practices. Water the soil thoroughly after planting to ensure adequate moisture, and keep the soil evenly moist throughout the growing season, especially during dry spells. Applying a layer of organic mulch around the base of the plants helps retain soil moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Pumpkins are heavy feeders, so regular fertilization is crucial for their growth. Incorporate a balanced fertilizer or compost into the soil before planting, and side dress with additional fertilizer once the vines start spreading. Follow the instructions on the fertilizer package for application rates and timing. As the vines grow, provide support for the developing fruits by placing them on straw or boards to prevent direct contact with the soil. This reduces the risk of rot and pest damage. Consider using row covers or netting to shield young seedlings from pests like birds and insects. Once your pumpkin plants are established, proper maintenance and care are essential to ensure healthy growth and abundant fruit production. Pumpkins require consistent moisture throughout the growing season, particularly during flowering and fruit development. Water deeply and evenly, aiming to keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged. Use a soaker hose or drip irrigation system to deliver water directly to the base of the plants, minimizing water waste and reducing the risk of fungal diseases. Regular fertilization is crucial for promoting vigorous growth and robust fruit development in pumpkins. Apply a balanced fertilizer or compost every 3 to 4 weeks throughout the growing season, following the manufacturer's recommendations for application rates. Alternatively, you can use organic amendments such as fish emulsion or seaweed extract to provide essential nutrients to the plants. Keep the area around your pumpkin plants free from weeds, as they compete with the vines for nutrients, water, and sunlight. Regularly, hand pull weeds or use mulch to suppress weed growth. Apply a thick layer of organic mulch, such as straw, shredded leaves, or grass clippings around the base of the plants to smother weeds and conserve soil moisture. Monitor your pumpkin plants regularly for signs of pest infestations and diseases. Common pests that may affect pumpkins include squash bugs, cucumber beetles, and vine borers. Handpick pests when possible, or use organic insecticidal soaps and botanical insecticides to control pest populations. Additionally, practice crop rotation and good garden hygiene to minimize the risk of disease outbreaks. Remove and destroy any diseased plant material promptly to prevent the spread of pathogens. As your pumpkin vines grow, provide support for the heavy fruit by placing them on straw, boards, or wire mesh. This prevents the pumpkins from resting directly on the ground, reducing the risk of rot and pest damage. Additionally, prune the vines regularly to promote airflow and reduce the risk of fungal diseases. Remove any damaged or diseased foliage and trim back excess growth to improve sunlight penetration and fruit development. Harvesting your pumpkins at the right time is crucial to ensure optimal flavor, texture, and storage longevity. Here's how to determine when your pumpkins are ready for harvest and how to store them properly once picked. Monitor your pumpkins regularly as they mature, paying attention to their size, color, and texture. Most pumpkin varieties are ready for harvest when their skin becomes hard and turns a deep, uniform color, such as orange for traditional pumpkins or green for varieties like acorn or butternut squash. Additionally, the stem near the pumpkin should begin to dry and crack, indicating that the fruit is fully mature. To harvest pumpkins, use a sharp knife or pruning shears to cut the stem, leaving about 3 to 4 inches attached to the fruit. Avoid pulling or twisting the pumpkins off the vine, as this can damage the stem and reduce their storage life. Handle the harvested pumpkins with care to prevent bruising or puncturing the skin, which can lead to rot. After harvesting, cure your pumpkins by placing them in a warm, dry location with good airflow for 10 to 14 days. This process helps harden the skin and extends the storage life of the pumpkins. Once cured, store the pumpkins in a cool, dark place with moderate humidity, such as a basement, root cellar, or garage. When storing pumpkins, avoid stacking them directly on top of each other, as this can cause pressure points and lead to bruising. Instead, place them on wooden pallets, shelves, or cardboard to allow for proper air circulation. Check the pumpkins regularly for any signs of spoilage, such as soft spots, mold, or rot. and remove any affected fruits immediately to prevent further contamination. With proper harvesting and storage techniques, you can enjoy your homegrown pumpkins for several months, providing delicious flavor and festive decor throughout the fall and winter seasons. By understanding the ideal timing, soil conditions, planting methods, care techniques, and harvesting procedures, you can ensure healthy pumpkin plants and bountiful yields. Whether you're growing pumpkins for culinary use, seasonal decorations, or festive carving, following these guidelines will help you achieve a rewarding pumpkin growing experience. Happy gardening, and may your pumpkin patch thrive.